Alright, so I don't know why this camera is going to be dark. Maybe we got out of the complex, it'll be better, but it's dark right now. I don't know what's going on. But I know why it is, because it's low battery. It's because it's low battery. So anyway, story time. So I don't know if you guys know or not, if it's family or friends and you know what I do for a living. I'm a Psych Tech. Psych Techs are basically psych nurses. Like we're like we've just had a little bit more schooling than LVNs do, and so we're like pretty much the same license as an LVN, licensed vocational nurse, except for we just focus more on psych. But anyway, so I worked in a prison for a long time, for about 8 years. I worked in a prison, and now I work at a state hospital. So I'm on leave right now. But when I was working at my prison, this mother effer here. Oh shoot! I don't know why I be doing these videos while I'm driving y'all, because I'll be like, I know y'all probably like, she is not a nice person, but I am. They be messing with me first. They be tripping. But anyway, so I'm a Psych Tech. I was working at this time for about 1.5 years. I had worked knock, which is like at the prison, they call it first watch. So it's from 7 to 11. So, those are like vampire hours, like, like knock shift. And so I'm working there or whatever with this lady. She's a Psych Tech as well, but she's going to school to be an RN, with registered nurse. And so, yeah, it's cool, whatever. So she gets her RN. Everybody happy for her. I'm happy for her. Or whatever. And then, so, whenever you get hired on the job, hired on to CDCR, or at least my prison or whatever, as an RN, you had to start at first watch, which would be knock shift. And so she did that for a little while, and then she was like, she wasn't on the unit anymore, basically what I'm saying. She had to go do whatever, because she was an RN now. She wasn't a Psych Tech anymore. So she had to change units for a little bit. And then she came back to our unit as a float. A float means that you just, it's not your unit, but you're working there today. So we had this patient. He was agitated. I'm just going to call him Mr. Johnson, because I don't remember his name anyway. But Johnson or whatever. He's agitated. He's fussing. He's going off or whatever. So I'm in the med room. So what I'm trying to do is make sure I don't have to give him no shot, because shots can be dangerous. Shots can be dangerous for yourself and then also your patient, because depending on how it goes down, like how you have to administer the shot, it can be kind of rough. And I really don't like to be in positions like that. I don't want to be where I'm feeling like I can fear for myself, my own safety, or somebody else's. So because it's a whole big deal. You got to go in there with a team. It's a big deal to give somebody a shot if it's an emergency shot. Now, if a person says, I'll take the shot, then you can go in there and be calm and cool, because they're already ready. They're gonna cuff up if they're max patient, which means they're gonna put handcuffs on willingly. You're not gonna have to fight them. So all I'm trying to do today is go home safe, avoid giving this dude any kind of shot if possible. So the dude is reasonable. He's like, F this, I feel like this today, A, B, C. So for me, that's a win. When a patient tells me they're in a certain type of mood, they don't want to deal with nobody, they just want to be left alone, I'm good with that. I mean, you're giving us a heads up as to how the day can go. Because at that point, it's in our court. It can go left or it can go right. It's up to us. He done already told us how he was feeling and which way he can go. He can go either way. So, this is my unit. So the float nurse comes back, and I'm saying, she's coming around, she's gonna do her rounds or whatever. She wants to talk to this patient. And I say, hey, I'm just gonna call her Smith. I'm like, hey Smith, I don't think it's a good idea right now to talk to him, because he didn't already let us know he's not in the best of moods. And she's like, oh, well, I think I should still talk to him. I said, well, you can do that. By all means, do what you want to do. But I'm telling you, he done already told us he's not in the best of moods, and I don't know if it's going to be, you know, if you're going to be able to get a lot of cooperation out of him because he's in a bad space right now. You know, maybe you wait a couple hours or whatever and talk to him, because right now he's all the way up. Oh, no. I'm going to talk to him. He's my patient. Okay. You know, do what you got to do. And she's like, you know, I'm an RN and he's my patient. Okay, do what you got to do. But I'm all the while knowing if you go talk to him right now, it's not going to be all right because he is in a bad space. But if you want to go do that, by all means, do what you want to do. Because the guy, it's the difference between working in a prison and working in a hospital. In the hospital, the patients walk around freely. They're on their own free will. They have to be in certain designated areas, though. But they're not behind locked doors. In the prison, you are. So if you so choose to get into it with a patient or whatever, it's not going to be no skin off my back. Your feelings going to be hurt because you're the one who wants to go over and talk to him when he's in a bad mood. But you ain't going to get hurt. So that's my main concern. Like, if she was going to get hurt, I would have went with her, or I would have advised her again not to do that, and I would have told the officer, like, hey, this girl, she wants to go over here and do this, and this patient's upset because we were being in a different setting. But since we're in the prison, and this guy's behind locked doors, it's like, hey, go do what you want to go do. That's on you. So she walked down there, and I'm like, I'm about to go back to the med room because I know it's not going to be all right. Like, it's not going to be okay. No sooner than the nursing station is right here, and the med room is probably about 2 to 3 feet from the nursing station door. So I'm walking over there, and I hear him talking about, F, you get away from my door, you F and B, and you black B, and you bald-headed B. And it's not funny because I don't want my sisters to be called no names. I don't. None of them. Not my brown skin sisters, not my, you know, my white sisters. None of my sisters I want to be called that name because we all in this together and we trying to do our thing, you know, trying to go to work and stuff and just make a living. We just trying to work. So I didn't want her to be cussed out. But I also she had to have had that lesson taught to her because she don't be like, oh, I'm an RN and I'm going to go talk to him. He's my patient. And I'm telling you, not as a psych tech, not trying to tell you, you know, like tell you I know your job better than you or you don't do your job. I'm telling you, this fool done already said he's in a bad space, you know, and that things can get rowdy if we want it. So basically he said, leave me alone. And I'm telling you that he said, leave me alone. And you going to take it upon yourself to be like, hell no, F that. I'm finna go on in there anyway. And so she came back. Not funny, I'm sorry. She came back, like with her tail between her legs, like, oh, he doesn't want to talk. And I didn't even say nothing. I just went in the med room because I was cracking up and I didn't want her to see because she would have been thinking that was so mean. But I was just like, I told your ass not to go in there. Not to go over there. I told you. And so it's just funny. Psych nursing is funny because I got a lot of stories, y'all, but that mess was hilarious because I told her, I think my SBT at the time, that's the senior psych tech or whatever, I think we all was in the nursing station. I think we all told her, like, hey, this dude, you know, he can go all the way up, like he can really trip out, so, you know, probably leave him alone. And she was just like, F that, I'm going in there anyway. Okay, well then, hey, you know, whatever happens at this point is up to you. Like, you got to do what you got to do to feel like you're doing your job. But yeah, so yeah, that was funny to me. But anyways, thanks for watching. Sorry it's dark, y'all. I might do it again in another camera, but yeah, that was funny. Bye now.